Together, you're the bubbles in one another's champagne, the unburstable bubbles of the very best things in life, the only things any of us ever really need.
Warm welcome to St. Martha's Church on the Hill on this very special day to witness and celebrate the marriage of Talullah and Thomas.
It's a little bit funny being father of the bride, standing here today full of emotion and pride, remembering when you were so small. Look at you now, so grown up, so tall. And when you were little, being the youngest of three, you were always a handful to your mother and me. For Mima and Henry, it was only a game, so I'm not saying you were always to blame. It's not always been easy, that much is true. Would we change some things? Well, maybe a few. But as we all know, it's not how it starts, it's the journey that follows that sets us apart. For Mum and I, it was quite plain to see that you and Tom were always meant to be.
Lula and I met in South Wales, where our families shared big barbecues, long walks, and late-night dinner parties. After years of this happening and entering our teenage years, I started to realise that she was becoming relatively attractive. I asked her on a date, and she somehow agreed to go with me for a pizza and a drink. This must have gone well, because we actually agreed to go on a second date. Lula was doing some babysitting in Krakow. Why don't we go for a chat in my car? I'll say goodbye to the parents, and I'll meet you in a lay-by on the A40. So, 15 minutes I waited in this lay-by, in the pouring rain, on my 125cc moped, eagerly awaiting for Lula to pull in. I did get in, and my charm eventually led us to having a snog and the windows getting steamed up.
Tom and I first met at university where we were both on the same PE teaching course. Tom was pretty quiet at first, but we clicked quickly. We had a lot in common. Both rugby lovers, both with parents who are teachers, and with dads who fit the description of angry little scrum half called David.
Ever since you were following us around the school field with a cricket bat and a rugby ball, it was obvious you could do something in sport. But then when you were about 6, I remember you said to me, "Dad, I just want to be a PE teacher like you." And I said, "Yeah, right. Next year you want to be a fireman, the year after that you want to be an astronaut or something." But no, you stuck with it and saw it through. Now you're at St. Paul's doing a wonderful job as head of PE. But that's not what we're really proud of. The real thing we're proud of is who you are as a person.
He's not just a great mate, he's a genuinely all-round top bloke. The kind of person who sticks to his values, works hard for what he wants, and doesn't get thrown off course by what everyone else is doing. When he's in, he's all in, whether that's his career, his friendships, or his relationship.
Here's to Tom's last few minutes as a single man.
Well done, mate. Thank you so much. So proud. Thank you.
Three children, one mum, and still somehow you gave us your everything then and still now. No favourites, no sides, just infinite care. A safe place to land, always being right there. You were the eldest, the trailblazer, bold and admired, and copying you was all I required. You've shown me what strength and love can do, how to weather the storms but still see the whole view. The middle-born child, but king of the calm, surviving 2 sisters without lasting harm. When I've needed protecting, you've always been near, with patience and strength I've relied on for years. You put others first every time, every year, and I don't say enough how much I hold dear. I'm proud to be yours, I'll say it out loud. You're my Papa Bear, I hope I've made you proud.
So excuse me for saying, but this I must do. You see, I have something that I must mention to you. Of all the weddings that I have ever been, you are the most beautiful bride I've ever seen. time has come for me to let you go, there's just one last thing that I want you to know. Whenever you have bad days or you're just feeling sad, I'll always be there for you. I'll always be your dad.
I, Thomas Murray Vickers, take you, Talullah Daisy Rodwell, to be my wife.
I, Talullah Daisy Rodwell, take you, Thomas Murray Vickers, to be my husband,
To have and to hold,
from this day forward,
for better, for worse,
for richer, for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
to love and to cherish,
till death us do part.
according to God's holy law,
In the presence of God,
I make this vow.
And in the presence of God and before this congregation, Talullah and Thomas have made their marriage vows to each other. I therefore proclaim that they are husband and wife.
Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not envious or boastful or arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices in the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things.
Now, as a little sign-off, I figured it was appropriate as a single person with a pretty checkered relationship past to provide them some advice on what's going to work in marriage. Buckle up. So the first bit of advice goes to Tom. I've got a few things written down. Be kind to her. Listen to her rants, even the ones about how the moon has medicinal powers. Embrace her silly side and don't let her get her way all the time. You've got to treat her a little bit mean to keep her a little bit keen. She'll agree with that. Most importantly of all, never stop loving her for who she is, because she truly is one of a kind. Now, Lula, I suggest you start a journal and write down all the nice things he does for you so that you can reflect back to it in your angry and dark moments. And remember that it's better to be happy than it is to be right, and seek to be the one to resolve any conflict. But most of all, remember that two of you have is extremely special and it is always worth fighting.
We remade contact, and Lulu was away nannying in some beautiful locations. I start to react or slide into her Instagram DMs. It was relentless messaging that made Lulu agree to go for a drink with me at the Northcote pub in Clapham. I had an amazing time. We said our goodbyes and we had a kiss similar to those all those years ago in that car. A lot has changed from that moment to now, 7 years ago, but there are a few constants. I love you then, I love you now, and I will love you forever. I love you to my marrow, deep in my bones. Please join me in raising a glass to my wife.